reggae is like the heart. What? We know that reggae music is from the heart, but what does he mean by reggae music is like the heart? What is that dirty hippie talking about? Keep watching, folks, all will be revealed later in the video.
The words I speak are all I need to make the music flow. Ukulele is the sound that does no wrong. High frequency of people make you dance and sing along. Ukulele is the place for you to be. Musicians jam collective in a state of symmetry, forgetting about your sickness and...
How's it going, folks? I'm the Ukulele Vagabond. I'm a musician and performer with 7 years experience. I'm also a teacher and I've produced 2 albums. Some would say I'm a ukulele enthusiast, others would say I'm a ukulele obsessive. I would go with enthusiast, maybe enthusiast with obsessive tendencies. I love the ukulele.
Singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Don't worry.
So last week we were learning reggae offbeat with open chords using a little number that I put together with Bob Marley and Toots and the Maytals. So this episode we're going to be doing bar chords. So if you missed the last episode, then I recommend you guys check it out because this one's going to be a little bit more advanced. So links in the description, or just scroll down if you're on IGTV or anything like that. And as always, guys, like, subscribe, follow whatever medium you're watching this on. Also, if you missed it last week, I want you guys to know that on my website you can download the backing track for this. I've built a backing track especially for you guys so that it's easier for you guys to play offbeat styles and learn how to internalize that rhythm to the kind of drum beat that reggae is generally played to. So you can download that from my website, so that's ukulelevagabond.com. Hit the free resources section. You can also find the sheet music for this particular song so you guys can practice it in your own time as well.
Well, I'm a ukulele vagabond, Gregory Cook's the name. I strum my ukulele with no ukulele shame. And when I finish strumming, I just pick it up again.
Step 1, the bar chords. Right, guys, so let's jump in. So the bar chords are a lot more difficult than open chords and they will take a lot longer to learn. But if you follow the exercises that I'm going to go through in this video, then you'll be able to learn them in much shorter amount of time than if you just try and kind of like plow on. So to start with, let's do the C chord, as that's the first chord in the sequence. So the first thing to note about bar chords is that we bar, so for this one, on the 3rd fret. So we hold the ukulele between our thumb and our forefinger, and you need to give it some grip because you pretty much, the right amount of grip is so that you can pretty much hold it up like so. And if you notice as well, my finger is nice and straight like that. And my thumb, actually, if you can see it, kind of comes off an angle. That's the way that it should look. But make sure that finger is nice and straight. And then your other fingers curve round and come down onto the string. So for the C chord, your second finger comes round and down onto the 4th fret of the second string. And your third finger comes round and down onto the 5th fret of the first string, like so. So obviously this differs from the way that we play open chords. So open chords are played with the ukulele in the crook of the hand and curving our third finger round and down onto the string. That would be the C major chord played like this. But let's do it again. So we're barring on the 3rd fret, like so. Remember, thumb at a slight angle, finger completely straight like that. Should be able to pick up the ukulele like so. And our second finger comes round and down onto the 4th fret of the second string in. And our third finger comes round and down onto the 5th fret of the first string, like so. A couple of things to note, actually. My advice generally is to play with the tips of your fingers, but you might find that if you play with the very tip of your finger using your 3rd finger, then it might interfere with the string below. So you can move that finger a little bit further along, so you can hear it like that. But basically the general rule is just have a little shuffle around with your fingers, make sure that your fingers are comfortable in that chord pattern. Everyone's hands are shaped a little bit differently, so it's quite difficult for me to give very, very general advice when I'm not doing a one-to-one tutorial with people. But ultimately, like, just kind of get used to the chord, shuffle your hands around so that they fit kind of nicely, and play every single note. And if you hear any buzzing, anything like that, then just make sure, rearrange your hands and make sure that just make sure that you deal with the problem basically. But yeah, keep going over the chords until you get them perfect anyway. So the next chord in the sequence is going to be the G major chord. So the G major chord is played like so. So let's start from fresh anyway, so you guys can get used to the process of the bar chords. So bar on the 2nd fret of the instrument, like so. So remember, thumb at a slight angle, or going off in a slight angle like that, and first finger completely straight. And the G major chord is played with 2nd finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string in from the top, like so, and 3rd finger, 4th fret, 2 strings over, so on the 1st string, so like so. So let's quickly do that again, guys. So we're barring on the 2nd fret like so, and we put our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string in, and our 3rd finger on the 4th fret, 2 strings over 1st string, like that. Just one thing to notice, to note before we move on. When we transition between chords, so we're going to do the transition now between the C and the G, and when we transition, I want small movements, guys, because actually it is a very small movement. Look at this. C, G, C, G. So what we do, so when we're on the C chord, so remember, bar the instrument on the 3rd, finger comes around and down onto the 4th fret of the 2nd string in, and 3rd finger, 5th fret of the 1st string. All we do is move our hand back one fret, and then move our 2nd finger over onto the string below. So it's actually quite a small movement. So when you guys are practicing transitions, make sure you practice in small movements. I don't want to see this. Hand does a little dance, all of this sort of thing and everything, and then try and put your hand back on and everything. The thing you want to practice is minimal movements in between chords. So there we have the C chord, and there we have the G chord. Simple as that. Nice small movements every single time, people. So the next chord we're going to do is the G major to the A minor. So this is quite a difficult transition. So I'm going to quickly run through with you guys what the A minor chord is, or what the A minor chord, bar chord that I play is. Other people may do it differently, but I'm going to teach you guys this one anyway. So first finger, barring on the 2nd fret, like so. 2nd finger, 3rd fret, top string. 4th finger, 5th fret, string down. And 3rd finger, 4th fret, string below that. So hear that? So that's your A minor chord open, and there we go. So let's quickly do that again. Let's run through that again, because repetition, 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 that's the best way to learn how to do things. So first finger bars on the 2nd fret of the instrument, 2nd finger, 3rd fret of the top string, 4th finger, 5th fret of the string below, and 3rd finger, I mean, it pretty much sits there already, 4th fret of the string below that. There we go. So let's practice that transition a second. So remember where the G was? 2nd finger, 3rd fret of the 2nd string from the top, and 3rd finger, 4th fret of the 1st string. And we're just doing a nice small movement transitioning between the two. It doesn't have to be a big movement. It never has to be a big movement, guys. It always has to be the smallest movement you could possibly do when it comes to transitioning between chords. So when we're on the G, our 2nd finger and our 3rd finger go over one string, and our 4th finger just goes down. So it's a very, very simple transition. It's much simpler than people... Ooh, I played it wrong there. Right as I was saying, it's much simpler than people make it out to be. I played it wrong. That's typical. So anyway, so there's your G. And just move your 2nd finger and your 3rd finger over and put your 4th finger down. just do that transition over and over again until you get it. Your hands might be hurting at this point, but unfortunately guys, your hands are gonna hurt. That is just a thing that happens. Eventually they stop hurting because your hands get a lot stronger. So just keep it up, keep practicing those transitions, practice every single day, and you'll gradually build that those muscles in your hands and that hand dexterity as well. So anyway, we're on the A minor there, and we are going to now go to the F chord. So the F chord is a difficult chord, and this is a difficult transition as well. So we bar on the 5th fret, so up there, and we put our 3rd finger down, or our 4th finger if we have small hands. Some people have small hands. We put our 4th finger down on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th fret like so. Some people play F chord like this, but I don't like it because I think F chord has a nice, I think that makes it sound nice and bright when we do the bar chord there, and when we curve our finger around on the 8th fret, I think that sounds lovely. So again, this is going to be a difficult transition, guys. Get the A minor chord, so barring on the 2nd fret and putting our 2nd finger down on the 3rd fret of the top string, 4th finger down on the 5th fret of the string below, and 3rd finger down on the 4th fret of the string below that, I meant to say. And we're going to move it up, down there like that. Not an easy transition, so go over that transition again. Remember, all of the exercises that you guys are going to need to learn bar chords are going to be in this video, so you guys just need to repeat any changes, any transitions that you're having difficulty with, any strumming patterns you're having difficulty with, just repeat them over and over and over again, and eventually you'll learn. So A minor to F to A minor to F to A minor to F. You will not get it straight away as well, guys. This will take a long time. Bar chords took me a really, really long time to learn how to do, but they're so worth it when you finally learn how to do them for the reasons that I'm going to outline later on, basically. So F. And now we're going to go back to C, because obviously that's the first chord in the sequence. So F, and then to C. So C, remember, barring on the 3rd fret, 2nd finger, 4th fret, 2nd string in, 3rd finger, 5th fret, string below that. So practicing that transition as well, over and over again. You can look and you can look away, and try and just get used to that movement. Remember guys, it will take a long time. Practice the chords in isolation, practice the transitions in isolation, and keep doing that. Repeat, 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 repeat. Your hand will get tired, but it will eventually strengthen up, and it will eventually be able to handle the complex chords and the complex transitions. Step 2, the strumming pattern. So the weird thing about reggae is that most of the effort is actually put in by your left hand for playing the chords. So your right hand just does this. And we're going to go over that again later on, so don't worry, you don't have to do that bit along with me. What we're going to start with is we're going to start with the pulse of the playing of the rhythm, and that is done with the left hand. Do you remember me saying at the beginning that reggae is like a heartbeat? That is because with your left hand you go da 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 da, heartbeat, heartbeat, heartbeat. Essentially, that is just the movement. So you, with your hands on the string, it sounds like this. I'll show you what I mean. Heartbeat, 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 grip, 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 grip. That's literally the movement. So we're going to do that now. We're going to do it with the beat. So obviously it's going to be kicking in with the pre-beat, and then we're going to kick in with the beat, and we're going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 grip, 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 grip. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Cool, let's dive in, guys. 2, 3 and 1 and heartbeat 3 and heartbeat 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 3 and heartbeat 1 and heartbeat 3 and heartbeat 1 and heartbeat 3 and heartbeat 1 and heartbeat 3 and heartbeat and heartbeat 3 and heartbeat 1 and heartbeat 3 and heartbeat 1 and heartbeat 3 and heartbeat So, thing to remember, reggae is from the heart and it's like a heartbeat. You guys probably feel a little bit ridiculous sitting there in your house going heartbeat, heartbeat, heartbeat. I certainly feel a little bit weird sitting in my mum's house doing that, but it's the best way to remember. So remember that, guys. Heartbeat, heartbeat. So cool, we're going to quickly go over the strumming, but the strumming is pretty basic. So just mute the strings and counting, we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good, so we're going to do that with the beat. So just practice that over and over again as well. So make sure that those strings make a nice kind of like rhythmic staccato sound. Make sure it's loud before we've even added in any of the chords or anything like that. So it sounds like 1 and 2 and 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and good. 2, 3 and down, up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, up. So this is where it gets difficult, guys. We're going to put both of those two things together. So don't worry if you can't do it straight away. I'm also going to go over some basic areas that I see my tutees make in the past, and I'm going to tell you guys how to rectify those things. So to start with, let's go with the C chord. So we're barring on the 3rd fret. Remember this, 2nd finger, 4th fret, 2nd string in, 3rd finger, 5th fret, 1st string. So let's just start with the strumming pattern. So loosen your fingers, but obviously keep your fingers on the chord. So let's start by 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and remember the 2 and the 4 and with this hand, heartbeat, heartbeat, heartbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and heartbeat, 1 and heartbeat, 1 and ba 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 ba. So grip, 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 grip with this hand. Grip, 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 grip. 1 and heartbeat, 2 heartbeat, 1 and heartbeat, 3 and heartbeat. Grip, 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 grip. This hand remaining steady. Just good. 2, 3, and 1. So it's going to take a little while to get, and I can guarantee I know what you guys are going to do at the beginning because I've seen it 100 times before. You go like this. When you press down with this hand, it affects this hand. So eventually you want to just get a nice fluid movement, but at first you're probably going to be doing this. And almost like, I always see my tutees with like almost a full body kind of, like literally rocking forward, but all you need to do is try and isolate the movement in this hand and try and just relax those shoulders, keep that going in the one attack. Just relax, get used to that heartbeat movement and do all of the individual constituent bits and practice all of the individual constituent bits if you're having difficulty with it, and then put them all together and it becomes easier. So let's go with the G chord now. So barring on the 2nd fret of the instrument like so, and curving our 2nd finger around and coming down onto the 2nd fret of the second string from the top, and third finger coming round and down onto the 4th fret of the 1st string, like so. Let's get that chucker going now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you're ready, we're going to add in that heartbeat. Good, let's do that again. So we are barring on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger round and down onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string from the top, 3rd finger coming round and down onto the 4th fret of the 1st string, like that. Chaka, 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 chaka. Get started, get that chaka going. 1 and heartbeat, and heartbeat. Grip, 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 grip. Remember, if you're having any trouble transitioning between chords, remember what I said, just practice and isolate the chord transition itself. 2, 3, and 2 and 4 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 and. We're now going to move on to the A minor chord. So A minor chord, remember we are flattening our finger like so, and our 2nd finger comes around and down onto the 3rd fret of the top string. Our 4th finger presses down on the 5th fret of the string below, and our 3rd finger should just comfortably go down onto the 4th fret of the 2nd string in. So like so. So let's quickly do that again actually, because that's quite a difficult chord. So 1st finger flattened across the 2nd fret like so, 2nd finger, 3rd fret, 1st top string, 4th finger, 5th fret, string below, 3rd finger round and down onto the 4th fret of the string below that, like so. So get that chaka going. 1 and heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. 1 and heartbeat, 3 and heartbeat, 1 and heartbeat. Grip, 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 grip. 2, 3 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 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 and 2 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Good, practice that a number of times until you get it. And finally, the F chord, if you remember. So, flatten your finger, bar on the 5th fret, and curve your 3rd finger or your 4th finger if you've got little hands, down onto the 8th fret. Heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. Grip, 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 grip. Good. 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and 2 and 3 and 4 2 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and guys, don't be disheartened if you can't do it right away. Watch this video and watch it again and watch it again. It would help me a great deal anyway because it gets my view counts up, and I'll show you guys how to play reggae. Practice every single one of those exercises. Practice the transitions between chords, practice the chaka, practice the heartbeat, practice all of the chords, everything, and eventually you will learn how to play ukulele reggae with bar chords. It's difficult, but you'll get there one day, I promise. Step 3, putting it all together. Great, so anyway guys, this is probably going to be a little bit difficult at first, but we're going to try and go through it all the way through from start to finish. So starting on the C chord and doing both of the songs. So hopefully you'll find this resource helpful. Again, as I said before, watch this video again if you want to watch it again and get all of the exercises, and really look meticulously at what it is you have problems with and practice the relevant exercise which will help iron out that problem. That is the best bit of advice that I can give you. A couple of things to note. Pressure drop has half the length of the chord sequence compared to Three Little Birds, so I'll show you what I mean. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun, three little birds. So it's whereas pressure drop is, I said pressure drop, oh pressure, oh yeah, pressure's gonna drop on you. So it's half the length for that. So that's just something to bear in mind, guys. It's all written down on a piece of sheet music that's available on my website. So let's dive in, guys. Try and follow this as best as you can, and try and take note of the things that you're not that strong on. 2, 3, and... Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun, three little birds push by my doorstep, we're singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. About a thing, la 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 la, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright, la 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 la, singing don't worry about a thing, la 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 la, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Drop, oh pressure, oh yeah, pressure's gonna drop on you. Awesome, guys. So when you can complete all of the things that I've taught you how to do in this video, then you'll be able to play, and the last video I forgot to say, you'll be able to play reggae at 2 different tonalities. So the 1 and down, up, tap, down, 1 and down, up, tap, down, G and down, up, tap, down, that one, and obviously like the C. And that is a real achievement when you guys get to that point. I'm going to be doing one more video on this song, which is going to show you guys the So even higher, so we've got one tonality, we've got the C there, we've got another tonality there, we've got another tonality there, and the way that I do it basically is sometimes like rise up this morning, smile with the, and sometimes I'm like rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. So really complex bits. But I'm also going to teach you guys some other things next week as well. So I'm going to show you guys how I put in little licks in between. So like, so we're going to be doing some scales next week as well. So do tune in, because even if you can't do the really complicated stuff, there's going to be something in there for you guys. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you guys next week. When you started playing this instrument, you had a goal in mind. What was that goal? Was it to get your family singing along at Christmas? Maybe you wanted to learn some alternative styles, some Latin, some reggae, some folk, some country, some bluegrass. I don't know, maybe you wanted to write a song. Perhaps you wanted to write a whole album. Did you want to produce a music video? Did you want to learn how to do live takes? Did you want to jump up at your local open mic night and perform? Whatever your aspiration, I'm here to help you guys. I'm a musician and performer with 7 years experience on the ukulele, and I've just written a new ukulele curriculum. So just head on over to ukulelevagabond.com. There is a free resources for ukulele players section, and consider going for a course of one-to-one online tuition. You can find out what I have to offer in the tuition tab and what my ukulele curriculum includes. Did I forget anything? Oh yes. All tutees get access to high quality complimentary videos to go alongside your learning, so that you guys can keep learning with me even when you're not getting one-to-one tuition. So this isn't just about one-to-one tuition, this is about an immersive online ukulele experience that will get you guys learning ukulele in the shortest possible time. Can't say fairer than that. Top-notch ukulele tuition with complimentary videos at a great price.